All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, time truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation. I come out there, scattered abroad to the far kind of earth that serving us truth and sincerity. So I say Shalom. This is Brother Nabala. Come to another video in the spirit. And the top of this video is going to be about what J.D. Vance said. I think he was at that turning point. I guess it's a convention or a rally, whatever it is. You know, that they're doing for CK or whatever. And he said on stage, he said that you don't have to apologize for being white anymore in America. You know, and this is your VP, you know, saying this. So what does that mean? You know, and we know what that means, you know, and it's truth. You know, I mean, you would think the average Jake would know. They probably don't know. You know, he's trying to push it, saying that you don't have to apologize for being white, because you know how they try to act like they're the victims, like they're being labeled as these people, or they're being targeted. You know, and who's targeting them, man? You know, that they're being caught as being such this you know, the racist group of people, which y'all are, though. You know, when you look at your actions and how you treat, you know, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are you not biased towards them? You know, but now he's saying that you don't have to apologize for being them. Why? Because they have their man in office, you know, who's going to back them. You know, and what does that mean? That means that they can really show how they really feel, man. They don't have to hide it anymore. That's what he's saying, man. They don't have to hide it anymore. They can go out here and truly express themselves, and don't have to worry about basically any repercussions about it, man. Because that's what it's gonna come down to. You're gonna see Esau really showing their horns, man. These regular Edomites out here really showing how they feel, man. You know, they done got rid of the DEI stuff at these jobs, man. So they basically they can say that we don't want to hire you because you're black, or because of this, or because of that, or we can let you go because of this or because of that, and have no consequences, man. So what is this gonna lead up to? To civil war, man. To people from different nations fighting against each other, mainly Jake fighting against Esau. And this going all the way back to how it was from Cain and Abel to the original story of Jacob and Esau, man. That's what this is going to go back to, man. You know? So I'm going to grab, this is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is coming down into having great wrath, because he knoweth he had but a short time. Yeah, he's coming down with that great wrath, man. You know? He's about to really show how he really feels about Jake. He's doing it now, but it's about to get taken to a whole nother level, man. We see what they're doing with the northern kingdom. It's only a matter of time until they start the southern kingdom. This new year is going to be very interesting, man. You know, February 3rd is when they're going to start with the Haitians. You know, they're going to start coming after them. That's supposed to start on February 3rd, you know? So it's going to be very interesting. But for him to make this remark, you know, and then, you know, 2026 is going to be their whole year of them celebrating their 250 years since America has been established. So that's what that whole year is going to be a part. So that's, you know, have you ever seen that movie Civil War? When they talk about what type of American are you? This gonna be the year. 2026 is gonna be a year for Esau, the so-called white man, to really celebrate, you know, their place, America, and they're gonna really show their true colors, man. And they had the full support and backing of their presidents, of their vice president, of the government, of the police, everything, man. So we. Like the Apostle Roman said, Jacob's trouble is here, man. It is here. And it's only going to get worse and worse. So, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab this. This is Habakkuk 2 and 16. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." Yeah, shameful spewing, man. Constantly just spewing madness, man. But the Lord is going to judge you for that, man. It says that let thy foreskin be uncovered. You're being exposed. The Lord is exposing. So everything that you've said, these shameful spewings that you've said, man, yeah, you glory in it. You're proud about it. But that pride is going to be turned into shame, man. Because y'all think Esau just going to think he's going to be able to do whatever he wants. Esau's going to be running rampant out here. The scripture saying, 2 16, he's going to be like a madman sparing none. That's what he's going to be doing, man. These are the times that we're entering into, you know. Let me grab this. This is Psalm 73. I'm going to grab 5. Yeah, 5. It says, "They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Their pride compassed them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment." This was what he does, man. You know, Esau is not plagued like other men. He's not out here catching hell like other men. They're not here being judged how they're going to be judged yet from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So since they haven't been catching hell, they're not being judged like that. What? They're prideful. It says pride could pass them by as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Constantly violence, man. They love violence. And we're going to really see how violent this man truly is. He's going to show you his true colors. Verse 8 is the one I want to grab. It says, "They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully." Now, what I want to do is, let me come over to the NLT real quick. Psalm 73 and 8, what it says? It says, "They boast against the very heavens." No, that's 9. Verse 8, it says, "They scoff and speak only evil. In their pride, they seek to crush others." Yeah, but I like the KJV better. It says, "They corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression." Yeah, the oppression, man. When it comes to Jake, especially slavery, that happened so long ago. Or get over it, or say, or when Jake and they're stating now, they doing it to themselves. They're out here committing these crimes, and the prison system is full up with them because they're such bad people. This and that. But you're the ones you're the one in control of making these laws, man. And you make these laws to come up against Jake, man. The scriptures say they frame his mischief by law. Everything they do is to come up against Jake. But you want to point the finger at Jake when you're setting him up to do these things, man. Jake wouldn't have all these guns if you didn't put it in their neighborhood. Jake wouldn't be doing all these drugs or selling all these drugs if you didn't plant them in their neighborhood, man. Jake wouldn't know how to do all this scamming and stuff if you ain't taught them how to do it, man. Everything stems from you. And you pushed it to the people. But now you want to say that we're the problem when you're the problem. And then it says they speak lawfully. Now, when you go to that word lawfully, Strong's H4791, Marom. It says height, elevation, elevated place. In a high place, it says height, proudly of nobles. Yeah, proudly. They are very proud people, man. Esau is a very proud person. And now they're boasting in it now. You don't have to apologize for being white anymore in America. When have they ever apologized for being that? But they couldn't. So when basically saying they couldn't really say what they really believe, and they can't really show their stances on stuff. They have to bite their tongues. But now he's saying you don't have to bite your tongues no more. And then also I believe at the turning point thing, you had this Esau up there, this Edomite up there, talking about the T people. You know, that's part of that community, the T people, saying how there's only two. Well, there is. There's only male and female. There's only two genders. But he was going in. But let us say something on our platform than what they want to label it as hate speech. So that just show you, man. That just show you what's going on for real, man. And how they about to really start showing their true colors, man. And it's really gonna go back to this. And you go over here to Genesis 27:41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. They will not slay my brother Jacob. Yeah, Esau is mad because of the blessing that Jacob got. So he said when Isaac was getting ready, you know, to pass, that he's gonna slay Jacob. This is the spirit that they're going back to, man. That hatred, that deep hatred that they have for Jacob. And to go out here just getting rid of Jake, slaying Jacob, running through Jake, man. This is the type of spirit that they're getting ready to go back to, man. That deep hatred that goes all the way back to the original story of Jacob and Esau. So that's when you come over here, and it all comes down to the blessing, man. Esau is still butthurt about that blessing that he sold. It was all set up through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but he sold it, man. He sold his birthright. He sold his birthright, and he got supplanted out of getting and receiving the blessing. And he's mad about that. And this is Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had it in. Yeah. That Esau has always had that perpetual hatred, man. That's mean everlasting, never ending. He's always had it. He just had to hide it for a period of time, which he really truly ain't hide it. Because you have some Esau, especially when it comes to police, how they treat Jake, they'll show you how they really feel. But now it's about to get way worse now. Because now they have the people in power that's telling them that it's okay. So we're about to see, man. So don't be surprised when you see E walk around with that proud, high nose look, saying nigga this and nigger that. Don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised when you see Jake bulking up, and it's a lot of, man, a lot of civil unrest is going to happen, man. And all this links up with Bible prophecy, man. But this is what we're about to enter into, man. Esau coming down with that great wrath, man. So I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna close out, because this is a part that was gonna take place too. This 2 Ezra 15:14 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Yeah. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their acts shall stand in their power. Yeah, man. Civil war. People fighting against one another, man, with swords in their hand. And what's the modern day sword? The gun. This is what's going to happen. You know, it says they're not going to regard their kings or princes. You know, the people sitting in those power seats, the mayors, the governors, man. All the people that sit in those power seats, they're not going to regard that. It's going to get bad out here. We are in Jacob's trouble, man. And when you go to Daniel 12:1, it says a time of trouble since there's been a nation. It's going to be the worst time ever on the planet Earth. That has never been recorded before. That's how bad it's getting ready to be out here. You know? And it's help being pushed by your president and your vice president, which is all happening through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because Proverbs 21:1 says what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna close out with that. It says Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of the water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. Yeah. So all these presidents, all the elites, all of them, man, their minds are being orchestrated by Yahweh Shem Shai. Yahweh Shem Shai is making them do his will, man. So yeah, when Vance went up there and said what he said, the Lord wanted him to say that, man. Everything is happening in accordance to the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. And as our job as being the watchman, the prophets be bringing out, to edify Jake and to warn Jake of the things that's getting ready to come. So this is getting ready to come, man. Civil unrest, civil war, man. The scriptures say nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, man. Wars and rumors of wars, man. All these things must happen, but the end is not yet. Because what? We're still waiting on the MOTB to be made mandatory and for World War III to fully kick off. And then after that, Yahushua returns. That's what we're still waiting on. But we're getting very close. And these are indicators of these things happening, that we're getting real close to the day of Yahushua returning. So that's pretty much it. Lower in the video is edifying. I'm going to close out by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakakadash.